Welcome back, good friends, to another episode of Perspective. Now, Perspective is a space where you and I get to journey through life transforming perspectives to apply to our daily lives to transform the world around you. In a conversation with a good friend earlier this year on a podcast, I attempted to unpack a little bit of the complexities of generational mindsets that you and I encounter every single day. Now, in episode 1, you noticed that I ended up getting an eye exam in 5th grade, realizing because my blurred vision, 1, I didn't know I needed glasses, but 2, I had trouble reading the board. So I got an eye exam. The purpose of any eye exam is to assess one's vision. And my vision, the assessment was it was jacked up. I mean, I literally learned that before I even had the issue of needing glasses, that it started way before me. I mean, later on I met my great-grandmother, who is 90 years old, and till this day, my great-grandmother Donna, she wears glasses. Now, much like the bad vision that I inherited for birth, and my need for corrective lenses was here long before I got here, you and I have also inherited traditions and viewpoints. I call this living under the influence. You know, if you're intoxicated with alcohol, the first 2 things that are affected is your vision and your balance. Now, you can't function the way you're supposed to because you're intoxicated and living under the influence, but it takes someone who is sober to realize that you are living dysfunctionally. Now, before you and I were born, there were preconceived ideals and perspectives already at play. Now, these determined the non-verbal rules of engagement with people, places, and things. I mean, things like classism, racism, superiority complex. These thoughts have shaped our worlds. You and I had no say about those options. Growing up, you naturally have 2 different responses to external influences. You can either adapt to them or you can adopt them. Now, in adapting to them, it means that you will mirror or merely reflect the dominant behavior in an environment. And in the public, you will conform, while privately, you don't agree or have those same perspectives. Now, to adopt it means you take it on and it becomes your personal behavior. And yes, you conform in public, but in private, you also take those very thoughts, behaviors, perspectives on as your own. Now, we grow up to adopt and adapt and are not equipped to influence the things that are imposed in on us. But we're somewhat like a sponge, and we absorb them. We're sent off into society to live dysfunctional lives. Now, any viewpoint is worth assessing. Are all the things that we inherited from our maybe grandparents or parents all bad? Maybe not. Consider this your eye exam. Eventually in our development, as we grow older and as we mature, we come into the knowledge of things. Maybe you graduated from school. Maybe you've traveled to a new country. Maybe you've learned more principles from another group of people. As you get exposure and as you learn, it is your responsibility and my responsibility to assess our perspectives and assess what has informed that viewpoint. So at the end of the day, if I'm going to change the world around me, I have to acknowledge that every viewpoint I've been exposed to, I am living under the influence of it. And to think that it's not affecting my current day decisions is a risk that is worth assessing. And quite frankly, it's dangerous. And that is what you and I look like oftentimes, living under the influence of perspectives. But I challenge you, if you can impose on those environments with love, truth, kindness, you have the ability to potentially change the world around you. Consider this your eye exam. What are you living under the influence of, and what are you willing to change so you can influence it?